Sometimes during this time of year, we can be putting a lot of pressure on our bodies and ourselves. Today, I want to talk about how to alleviate that pressure, and as a matter of fact, how to take a new perspective that feeds your mind, your body, and your soul. Hi, I'm Ivy Felicia, the body relationship coach. And today we are talking about how to take a look at the end of the year from a perspective that doesn't put a whole bunch of stress and undue pressure on your body, your mind, and your spirit. So, around this time of the year, we might feel inclined to take a look the past 12 months, the past 300 and something days, and we might be thinking about all the things we didn't accomplish. We might be thinking about all the things that we set out to do, or we might be thinking about the mistakes that we made, or the hard times or the challenges that we overcame. And we might be a little hard on ourselves. You might be looking in the mirror, you might be looking at the scale, you might be thinking about your last visit to the doctors. You might be saying to yourself, I promised myself I was going to X, Y, and Z. Here I am at the end of the year. I didn't get those things done. I'm not at the size I want it to be. My body isn't doing what I wanted it to do. It doesn't look how I thought I wanted it to look. All those things. Okay. So, woosah, let's take a breather. And I want to just give you a different perspective. What if you took this time of the year for reflection, gratitude, and intention? So, what I mean by reflection is not looking back on the year and being really hard on yourself, not looking back on the year and going down the checklist of all the things that you didn't do, but reflecting on the moments that brought you joy. And I know there were moments. The whole year was not disastrous. The whole year was not stressful. We all had challenging moments. I had plenty of challenging moments. I had moments that were downs, but I also had moments that brought me joy. And some of them might be grandiose, big moments. You might have accomplished something really big. You might have traveled. You might have seen something that you wanted to see or experienced something that you wanted to experience. Or it could be a moment where you remember sitting outside in the sun, where you remember having a meal with someone that you really loved, where you remember finally reunited with someone that you hadn't talked to in a while. It could have been a moment where you had a deep belly laugh. It could have been a moment where you felt better in your body than you have in the previous years, right? Just take a moment to reflect. And what I invite you to do is just to sit down with a piece of paper, take a moment, reflect, take a note of your reflections, look back on the things that brought you joy. Think of the things that lit up your heart, right? The things that gave you good goosebumps this year, whether it's one thing or 100 things. Just reflect on it and take note of those moments. You might have to go back and remind yourself of those things you may have forgotten. Go back, reflect, take notes. Secondly, gratitude. After you reflect on those moments that brought you joy and those things that lit up your heart and you've written them down, give thanks for them. Embrace a moment of gratitude. Whether you believe in the creator or the divine or angels or ancestors, take a moment to be grateful for those experiences. Be grateful that they came into your life. Remember to take account for the beauty and the goodness and the love that came into your life. And you will be surprised at how this lifts your heart, how this lifts your soul, and how this lifts your spirit. It's going to resonate through your body and as you're embracing gratitude. Then, lastly, but certainly not least, intentions. Now, this is about what's happening forward. So whether it be tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year, this is just sitting down and thinking about what is it that I want to experience moving forward? How do I want to feel in my body? What do I want my life to feel like? What type of experience do I want to have? This is not the same as New Year's resolutions. So, no, we're not talking about that. I'm not talking about putting yourself on this really strict goals that you have to accomplish. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm talking about intentions of things that really matter to you, the things that you really want to experience in the future. And you can set the timeline on it. You can set the timeline for tomorrow, next week, next year, or the next 3 years. This just gives you the opportunity to be intentional about where you're going and where your life is taking you. This is giving you some inspiration, some motivation, some direction of where you can go from here. Maybe you can take that list of reflections and gratitude and use that for your intentions. Maybe you want to feel more of what you felt this year. Maybe you want to feel less of what you felt this year and you want to feel something differently next year, tomorrow, next month, next week. This is your chance to set those intentions. And remember, most importantly, do this with compassion, do this with patience, and do this with love for your body and yourself. If you try out these activities, please share what you decided to do, share how it felt for you in the comments. I'd love to hear. And you can always contact me directly and send me an email. I'd love to hear if this changed your perspective about the year past and the time moving forward. If this shifted the energy in your body, your mind, and your spirit, let me know. Much love.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss the latest content. Also, check out the description below for more tools from Ivy Felicia to help you make peace with your body and thrive in your life.